Alright, found myself a nice log to sit on. Take your pan, put it right in the water. This big rock that was on top of it, I've got it sitting on top of the pan. So I'm just going to give it a good rinse. And anything that's on there that's heavy will fall right down into my pan. And that's that one. Next step is, once you get your thing saved, is you want to get everything moving. And to the end, the idea is to get everything moved out to the bottom. Alright? I put it back down in the water. The gold's not going to come out of the pan, it's still in there. So now I rinse my rocks right over top of my pan. And as I got them all rinsed, I get rid of them. Now this can be done with a classifier as well, but you know, if I'm going to be doing a lot of panning today, I'll use a classifier for the most part. I'll go with my hands. The water's a little chilly, I'll be right back. Let me get some gloves. Have my gloves. And get right in there and just really mix it up, really agitate it. You want to get everything moving around in your pan. I'm doing this all underwater. Let's pull this up so you can see it. I've got it at the bottom of the pan, and I'm doing this in my pan to get everything moving. Everything moves a little easier underwater. So now that we got it moving, try and get everything to the bottom of the pan. And I can lift it up and give it a good shake. Now, if you notice, this pan's got little riffles on the front of it. Those are very helpful when later on in the panning to keep the gold in the pan. So as I take out I'll do this, I usually do this underwater, but as I take out my riffles, I take the rocks out the back of the pan. I have the pan at an angle like this. I've settled it down, so all the gold should be sitting in the bottom front of my pan. So as I take the bigger rocks out, wash them against the back of my pan, pull them out. And that's the procedure for screening out the big rocks. So I'll put this back down in the water, get my angle back up, give it a good shake, and again, I'll try and get rid of some of the bigger rocks. I'm down to the smaller gravels now, so I'm pretty happy. So, you want to agitate your stuff like this. Turn your pan at an angle of about like that. Agitate it all like such. And what will happen is all the gold goes through the stuff because it's heavier, and it'll sit right in the bottom corner of your pan, your bottom lip. And to put all your lights on top. And this is just a lift and drop thing. It's not a scoop. The rocks will come out on their own. I'm not turning the pan. I'm matching the angle on the bottom of my pan with the water. And I'm going straight up and down. And as you can see, the lights just fold out. Once you get down a bit, give it another little shake. And at this point, I like to give a couple shots in the front here to help settle the stuff in the bottom here. I don't do that when it's settled down. As soon as the stuff is moving, give it a shot so it moves it while it's all moving. And the same thing. It'll take out the bigger gravels. Okay. Now I've got the bigger rocks out of the pan, and we're down to the nitty gritty. And as you look at my pan, you can see that everything that's in here is very dark. So I'll take out my gloves now, get that out of there, and I'm going to utilize my riffles. I'm gonna take it, put about an inch of water over my water, and then I agitate it like this. Get it going, like so, and then back and forth. And as it agitates, give it a couple shots, and again, the gold will settle underneath. And now I only go that far into the water in my pan. One time over and then back over. And the gold will settle down on the bristles. So now that I've got it reasonably down to there, I will, just by using a back and forth action like this, I can move the lights to the back of my pan and we'll expose any level. What I'm hoping to find here is some black sands, which I'm starting to see already here. I've got black sands, I'm into the black sands, open them up, and I'm seeing about 10 flakes in there. Not bad, but around here on the North Saskatchewan River, I'm usually looking for around 30 flakes before I even think about working a spot. So, the procedure is the same, no matter what kind of pan you're using. We'll grab the other test hole now, and see how we did. So, same procedure, drop it down in the water, clean my rocks. This one's got a lot of clay in it, so you want to get in there and you want to crush up that clay. Takes time. And start working the clay. If you lay your pan just inside the water like this, it'll kind of float, and that helps. Just keep adding water, because the clay, the dirt from the clay is very light, so it'll come right out. See, this is interesting. I just had a little clump of clay, but when I cleaned it out, there's a very dense black rock in the middle of that clay, so that's interesting. But if nothing else, if you don't get any kind of gold, you get a nice day on the river, which is beautiful. And of course, Lana's over there panning away, and don't tell her I said this, but she's going to do better than I do today. She always does. Catches all the gold, catches all the fish. I don't know what to tell you. Fishing line, that's always fun. We'll get that out of the river. So this pan here has bigger riffles than the other one does. matter of taste, really. I like the other one more, but that it has a bigger bottom than it has bigger riffles. But you know, there are prospectors that swear by the Garrett Super Sleuth because it has such big riffles and it's a big bottom. I don't have one. Maybe I'll look at getting one day. That's a nice heavy rock. Now that I've got that going on this side, bring it around to the other side. And we'll just kind of clean out some of these rocks with these smaller riffles. And we'll pan that back, see what's in there. Oh, well, there we go. This pan, I'll try and give you some shots of this, but the smaller flakes don't really pick up, especially when there's small amounts of them. But there are yeah, there's a good 25 flake specks in this pan. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about pans a little bit. There's lots of pans on the market. It really doesn't matter that much. If you go back and watch a video I put out a week ago, I had nothing with me but a $10 pan. I mean, this blue one's $30. This one's about $25. This one's about $15. I think it was about $35 for this metal one. The old timers used to use those. But, you know, I keep it around just more for nostalgic. I do a little bit of panning with it. I really like the big flat bottom on this, especially if I'm going after flour gold. But the pan really doesn't matter that much. You know, go out and spend $10 on a pan and get down to the river and have some good time. Find a couple of flakes of gold and maybe you'll catch the bug too. Be careful though, because once it gets you, it's got you.